Hello friends, today's topic is food stamps rant. Let's rant.
This is going to be a very vulnerable post. I just feel like I have to speak out about what's going on with the food stamps recently, since all of the extremely privileged people have absolutely no fucking idea of what actually is going on and what's being taken away from the people of America in general. And I'm going to tell you my experience as someone who got on food stamps at the age of 18 years old, okay? Because I noticed that a lot of people in these comments sections about how food stamps is getting taken away, all they say is, oh, well, you know, these people won't be using my money anymore. At least they won't have to use my money. They just need to go get a job. They're lazy bums. They don't do anything. They expect handouts, etc. And I can tell you guys are so miserable because you want other people to suffer like you suffered. You have had to work hard as fuck. You never got handouts. And now that other people get that and you don't, you want them to suffer. And it's a fucking victim-ass, broke-ass mentality, and you're selfish. And I want to explain and give a perspective on how not everyone is a broke-ass, lazy bum who has food stamps, like myself. When I was 18 years old, my mom was a drug addict. She got addicted to meth. That then spiraled into meth psychosis to the point that she lost her job. She was completely incoherent. She was unable to even form a sentence. She was practically extremely disabled because of how delusional and scrambled her brain became. She was not able to drive. She crashed like 6 cars. She basically, I couldn't finish high school because I had no way to get to high school. And on top of that, she would randomly drive me and my sister to hotels, because I have a younger sister too that I was also taking care of. She'd randomly drive us to hotels, forcing us to miss school, forcing me to miss assignments because she was convinced that someone was going to kill us and come kill us in our house because of the psychosis. It was equivalent to someone with severe unmedicated schizophrenia. That is something that I could not help. That is something that was completely out of my fucking control, and I had no say or choice over. I did not have a father. I didn't have any family. I had nowhere to go. I had nowhere to stay. So she lost the house and I became homeless with my 16-year-old sister at 18 years old. I don't know about you, but I don't think that that's necessarily being a lazy bum. And now you're going to say, why didn't you get a job? So I'm going to get into that. So during high school, I wasn't able to get a job because I had a heart condition. I developed a random heart condition and became pretty medically disabled. Not really disabled in the sense that I was able to go to school half of the time, but generally it was difficult for me to be standing for 8 hours a day without having an episode. I developed a condition when I was like 14 to from 12. I first had my episode at 12 years old. I got diagnosed at 14 years old. And then from then on, 14 and up, it was like very impossible for me to stand for multiple hours at a time. It was impossible for me to be in fast-paced environments without getting an episode and immediately having to lay down. It was pretty impossible for me to drive or get my license, so I was practically disabled. I applied for disability, and it took 3 years to get the application, for which I was denied. So what did I do? I immediately applied for Medicaid. Thank God for Medicaid. I wouldn't have been able to have any other choice without Medicaid. I got on Medicaid. I got heart surgery just so I can work to provide for my 16-year-old sister who was also in school, and myself, who had not graduated yet and had to drop out early because I had gone homeless, while we were staying with 2 of our friends who ended up becoming extremely abusive and taking advantage of us. So we really had no safe space whatsoever. We were completely defending for ourselves. The only source of income I had was $300 a month that I got from my mom's disability, because she was on disability at some point, and that stopped coming in once I dropped out because it would only let you have it when you were in high school for some reason. So I had eventually no source of income except for that $300 that I had saved up. I got heart surgery, and I was only able to get one job, and it was as a crossing guard, because then I only stand for 2 hours a day. That was the only job that I could find where I didn't have to work long hours because my body physically could not handle it out of heart surgery, because I was still recovering. My younger sister, mind you, while in school full-time, got a full-time job. She got a full-time job. With that full-time job, she was getting, I think, $12.30 an hour, $12.30 with occasional tips. She was working at a cafe. I was getting probably $600 a month because I was getting paid like 18 or 16 an hour, but I was only working 2 hours a day out of the whole week, because 1 hour in the morning, 1 hour at night as a crossing guard. We had to get food stamps, and we got, I think it was like $300 of food stamps every single month, and we didn't get food from the people we were living with. We had to pay for our own groceries. We had to cook our own food and do everything for ourselves, fend for ourselves. All of the money that my sister got was we were only able to afford basic necessities like pads, tampons, Q-tips, shampoo, conditioner with the money that she had, and anything outside of that, we literally couldn't afford any fucking food. We couldn't afford it because we were also paying rent. So we were paying a few hundred in rent every month. She was getting, we were getting basically no fucking money, and we were homeless kids. So I don't know about you, but I personally don't think that situations like that, where someone is disabled, something happens out of their control, they're fucking children. I don't know about you, but I don't think that those people, including myself and my little sister, deserve to starve because you're a miserable bitch who didn't get a handout, so now you don't think that people deserve to eat. Do you even fucking hear yourself? You really think people don't deserve to eat? Because they're using your tax dollars? Your tax dollars are funding a war. I think you have more things to worry about. If me and my sister hadn't got on food stamps when I was 18 and she was 16 years old, we wouldn't have been able to eat. That's just facts. We were working as hard as we possibly fucking could given the circumstances that we had. We would not have been able to eat shit, literally anything, if we hadn't gotten food stamps, if it weren't for food stamps. So I'm sorry that you can't even fathom a life that is not privileged, because you are so privileged you can't even fathom someone who is in a struggling position that they didn't put themselves in by being lazy. You can't even fucking fathom it. I can't even imagine being that privileged and selfish, that your small little fucking mind can't even imagine the absolute unfortunate circumstances that other people are in, that they need help. We can't do anything without each other. How did you get your license? I'm guessing it's because your parents taught you how to drive, or you paid for driving lessons, right? How did you get a job? I'm guessing it's because you were able to drive, or you were able to do something where someone helped you. We all need help. If it weren't for, I eventually ended up getting help from someone, and if it weren't for the people who helped me, I'd be on the streets right now. We need community, we need help. That's what this is. It's like when your tax dollars go to help homeless or hungry children, you are helping your fucking community. Why is that something that you hate so much? Why do you hate so much that you would rather see people starve? You would rather see people fucking starve than have your money go to them. Like, really? Is that how selfish you are? Just seriously take a look at your life. Seriously take a look at your life. Are you that poor yourself that you can't even afford to pay taxes for other people to eat? I think you just hate poor people. I think you just hate people that are less fortunate than you, and you want other people to struggle like you've struggled, and you can't even fathom that other people get help. So, yeah, that's what happened. You can tell me, I know there's going to be bullshit people who literally have no brain cells in the comments still trying to defend their selfishness and their small pea-brained perspective and say that they don't believe in free handouts, when in reality it's just humans helping humans, which I don't see how that could ever be a bad thing. So if you still want to argue against that, I'm literally just blocking you. I couldn't give a fuck. But anyways, that's my perspective. So
Life choices pick your battles. What do you think? Comment down below, and thank you for watching.